is Bryan Thomson-DiPalma. I volunteer with CROP to assist with social media and communications. I've been involved with CROP, I think, for a year and a half. I came to a program with my son, who was 17 at the time, and I had heard from a young man I met at the Tasman gathering about crop, and Rites of Passage is something that I've been aware of and interested in as a parent. So I came to an information evening, found out about the program, and my son and I participated in the program together, and I really loved it. The experience was profound, and I wanted to really support the young men running the program in whatever way I could, because I really believed in the value of the work. My experience as a father participating with my son was very beneficial. It definitely strengthened the relationship that I had with my son, and I was keenly aware that he was coming to an age where he would be seeking some kind of mentoring and guidance from somewhere in his life, and I wanted to make available to him some healthy mentoring, and the Rite of Passage program sounded like that would be a good opportunity for him, and it was. And what was very surprising to me was I was so focused on my son's gaining a lot from the program that when I was on the program with the other dads, I realized that I personally was gaining a lot from it, as well as I saw the other dads were as well. And it was very surprising to me that there was a benefit for me as a father as well. And I think for the other dads, when we spoke about that, we were also focused on giving our sons this experience that a byproduct was we had our own experience that was really very beneficial to us. I think the program benefited my son in giving him a very rare opportunity to sit with several of his peers, but also with young men who were in their 20s and 30s, all the way through to the father's ages, and hear everyone responding very authentically to the topics being discussed. And I was so moved by the honesty and the vulnerability in those circles, particularly for someone in my son's age group, to see these really remarkable young men in their 20s who were able to share so truthfully about their own challenges in their life. And it gave him an opportunity to see that whatever his own quiet little personal struggles might have been, that these were universal, and they weren't just his particular challenges, but here were these young men who were maybe 5 or so years older than him, who on the surface looked like they were very confident, outgoing men who had their own little personal challenges and were willing to open up and share those as well. And it was that experience that really made me become almost evangelical about the program, because I really saw there was something happening in this program that really isn't available to young men, and the idea of really healthy mentoring, I think, is critical, and I'm very aware of that as a parent. Initially, I took the opportunity to volunteer because from my experience, my career, I knew that I had certain abilities that would really be useful to spread the awareness of the crop program, and I was very happy to do that. So by meeting with the team, I got to really know all the individuals on the team, and I honestly felt very fortunate to be a part of this group of really exceptional people and see their growth and the tools that they gained from not just doing the program, but by the ongoing meetings, which are really about the planning of the programs and creating content, seeing how a lot of those skills were being implemented in their personal lives, where we would have our check-in, and how I would then think about myself as a young man of their age. I didn't have access to that at all, and I see their growth and development really accelerated by that experience, and the opportunity for me to sit and be present and witness that is very inspiring. And again, ensure that this work continues, because I want it to continue for the benefit of my own son. I think the Rite of Passage program is a very rare opportunity to bring a boy on the brink of manhood to witness young men and older men sitting, sharing in an incredibly truthful and open-hearted way about what life is, and being in a natural setting, a beautiful natural setting, and working communally to build not just the physical space, but also the heart space, the emotional space to contain that, gives the relationships, the relationship I have with my son, an opportunity to deepen in a way that just doesn't happen in everyday life. And taking the time out from ordinary life to go into this extraordinary life it's a huge gift. I thought it was an incredibly big gift to give as a parent to my son, but also what I gained from that for myself as well, I did not expect. And then taking that change into the wider family circle and friend circle, I can see how we were both changed by that, and certainly witnessed by family and friends who who commented that they saw a real maturity and change in my son. So if anyone has a son who is in that stage of life, I think making a very conscious choice to get him involved in a rite of passage program rather than him seeking that out in their lives with their friends or other role models in their life. It's just a much better choice to make, to very consciously choose that. And the young man I met who originally told me about the Rite of Passage program, as an older man and a parent, I was so impressed by him because he had this self-assurance that was quite unusual for someone of his age. And that's what really made me curious about, how did you get to be so comfortable in your own skin at such a young age? Because I really wished I had have done that as well. One really profound moment was hearing people speak to a topic which was around just feeling isolated and loneliness. And I was very aware that one of the young men sharing, I was just blown away by his ability to share from such a deep, vulnerable place for someone who was in his 20s, and sitting knowing that out of all the people in that circle who were sharing, for those boys becoming young men, the importance of having someone who was so close to them developmentally, who on the outside appeared to have it all together, to be able to share that they didn't have it all together. And I just thought that was gold, and I've said this to other people as well, that as a parent, you can't sort of buy these experiences for people. They're very, very rare. And that moment for me really highlighted what an exceptional choice it was for me to make that decision to bring my son to that camp. If there was one moment for him to take away as a meaningful experience, it was that moment. But there were many others.